What if I told you Twilight isn't the love story you think it is? That beyond the sparkling vampires and teenage romance lies a world of hidden secrets. Fan theories so deep, they might just change the way you see Edward, Bella, and Forks forever. Welcome to today's video, Beyond Edward and Bella, the deepest Twilight fan theories you need to know. Bella Swan always said she was just ordinary, but was she really? Some fans argue Bella is far from normal. Why could no vampire read her mind? Why was her blood so intoxicating that Edward nearly lost control? And why, when she became a vampire, was she stronger than most newborns, almost instantly? One theory suggests Bella might be descended from a forgotten supernatural bloodline, a lineage that explains her shield power, her irresistible scent, and why fate seemed to pull her toward the immortal world. Edward Cullen, the Mind Reader. Or is he? Some fans believe Edward isn't reading thoughts at all. Instead, he might be projecting his own insecurities and self-loathing onto others, interpreting them as their inner voice. If true, Edward isn't the perfect immortal with a supernatural gift. He's an unreliable narrator of his own power, which makes his obsession with Bella not just romantic, but potentially dangerous. The Cullens claim they're vegetarians, refusing human blood. Noble, right? Or maybe calculated. Some fans suggest Carlisle built this lifestyle not out of compassion, but as a political strategy. By creating a stable, powerful coven, the Cullens may be preparing to one day challenge the Volturi. Edward and Bella's romance? Maybe not a fairy tale, but the spark of a future vampire war. Remember Jacob imprinting on Renesmee? Fans called it shocking, even creepy. But one theory argues Jacob's connection to Bella was never about Bella herself. It was Renesmee, all along. His wolf instincts pulled him toward the future, toward the child Bella would one day have, which means the love triangle wasn't about romance. It was destiny. They're painted as villains, but what if the Volturi are actually heroes? They keep vampires hidden. They enforce laws. Without them, the world would descend into chaos. Maybe the real danger isn't Aro and the Volturi, but the Cullens, constantly breaking rules, creating hybrids and defying order. From this perspective, the Volturi aren't tyrants, they're guardians. Here's the most mind-bending theory yet. Renesmee Cullen isn't just Edward and Bella's daughter, she's the beginning of a new species, stronger than vampires, capable of growth, immune to human weaknesses. Some believe Renesmee is destined to unite humans and immortals. Twilight isn't just a romance, it's a creation myth, the genesis story of a new vampire age. And finally, the wildest theory of all. What if none of it was real? Bella was a lonely, awkward teenager who imagined the entire saga. The vampires, the werewolves, the romance, her desperate fantasy to feel special, which means Forks wasn't magical at all. It was just a girl, dreaming extraordinarily. So, what do you believe? Was Bella chosen by fate? Is Edward's power real, or just in his head? And could the Volturi actually be the good guys all along? One thing's for sure, Twilight was never just about Edward and Bella. It was about destiny, power, and the stories we tell ourselves about monsters and love. If you enjoyed diving into these theories, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with your fellow Twilight fans. Because trust me, we've only scratched the surface of the Twilight universe.